Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The first major content update, and really the first major update for MW2 is coming up here in just a couple weeks time. November 16th is the launch of season 1, as we've talked about before, and today we got some brand new leaks as to what could be debuting with that seasonal update in terms of content, and it's pretty spicy if I do say so myself. On top of that, earlier on this week we got another small in-game update, a little gameplay update that did fix a few things, nothing too crazy, but they did end up changing a few things with gameplay in terms of bugs and glitches. Let's actually start first with that. Back on the 2nd, Infinity Ward tweeted out saying, we recently released an update that fixed an issue that prevented players from editing their profile showcase. Additionally, we've also fixed various map exploits and bugs across the game. Now, this tweet, in my opinion, is a bit of a hit, but also a bit of a miss. The profile showcase thing, that was an issue for a lot of players. I've seen hundreds of comments about that issue over the past few days. So now you should be able to go into your profile showcase and actually change those things as you want, display the weapon you want, the operator you want, the calling card, the emblem, so on and so forth. By no means is that the biggest gameplay fix ever, but it is something that was, affecting a lot of players, so they did go through and fix that. Now, the second part of this tweet is what I would say is the miss, because it's great they fixed various map exploits and bugs in the game, but they didn't tell us what they fixed, so we don't know what we're still going to run into. Like, for instance, on the Guajaro ground war map, there's a wall breach there that's right on the C flag, right in the very center of the map. I'm assuming that's the map exploit that we're talking about. I know that was the main map exploit that was in the game, at least to my knowledge. If there were some other ones or maybe some other 66 maps, perhaps those got fixed as well, but there's no specifications as to what map exploits were fixed. And then with bugs, this one is even more broad here and ambiguous. They just say they fixed various bugs across the game. I mean, this game has tons and tons of bugs with crashing, with screen flashing, although apparently NVIDIA did release a driver update for that. There's all sorts of bugs and glitches that need updating right now, and they fixed some, but we don't know which ones. So maybe if you don't run into something in game, it was fixed, but also maybe you're just not getting it that game. Hopefully in some future little tweets like this and future patch notes, they're a little bit more specific with that stuff. Anyway, moving on, like I said, November 16th is the launch date of season 1. We've talked about a bit of the content coming with this patch in some recent videos. Really, this is going to be like the biggest single update in COD history because it's introducing Warzone 2 and DMZ. So two major modes and styles of gameplay dropping with this, but also it's the launch of a new season. So we're going to have a new battle pass, new weapons, new operators, so on and so forth. And the other day over on Twitter, the Ghost of Hope ended up tweeting out what he believes to be the weapons for season 1, but it's a bit different this year in terms of how it's going to work because of the weapon platforms that we've got in MW2 here. Of course, the weapon platforms, you basically have that weapon family tree where, for instance, the M4 connects to the Hurricane, which connects to the Icarus, which connects to the M16. So it's multiple weapons that are all super similar to one another, but technically they're different weapons in game in terms of leveling them up, using certain attachments because of them, and doing camo challenges and whatnot, right? But Hope ended up saying that for season 1, the weapon platform appears to be the Honey Badger rifle, aka the Chimera, the SIG MCX, and then also the SIG MPX as well, which are the M13B and the BAS-P respectively. Now, curiously enough, before the game dropped, you guys might remember that the menu during the early access campaign period ended up getting accessible, and we could see all the weapons available. And in that weapon list, there was the Chimera, the M13B, and the BAS-P. And then come launch, those 3 weapons were removed. There's also some other weapons missing, like the Victus sniper as well, I believe. But it does appear that our first weapon platform is going to be this sort of SIG one here with the Honey Badger and the MPX and the MCX. Now, that said, usually in any given season, we see 3 to 4 ranged weapons debut. That's how it's been throughout the past few years with MW 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard. Right here, we've got our 3 weapons, right? So this could in theory be the weapon content for the entire season, but they also might be stepping things up a notch, right? Because with the weapon platforms, perhaps we see one weapon platform at launch included with the battle pass and whatnot, and then also another weapon platform mid-season as part of that, season 1 reloaded update. I believe on December 14th is the date for that. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see, but that is something to definitely take note of for future updates. Obviously, once season 1 is here, we're going to have a better understanding of this, but we could be getting a lot of weapon-based content here with these seasonal updates and the mid-season updates, which honestly is pretty exciting. Now, before we move on to some other really good news based on some new leaks, just want to remind you guys that every single day I got you covered with news, updates, leaks, class setups, tips, literally everything going on in COD. You're going to find it right here. It's your one-stop shop. So feel free to join us on the road to 900,000 subs. We'd love to get as close to that goal as possible by Warzone 2. And around 54% of viewers watching are not subbed yet. So if that's you, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like on it as well. Let's try and go for 3,000 likes on this one. Moving on into these next set of leaks, this is all based around information that was apparently found by someone accessing like the full Al-Mazrah map with DMZ in Warzone 2. Ghost of Saba over on Twitter, I believe, is the account. Now, I can't show anything here because it's unreleased game footage. Don't want to risk a strike or anything like that, but I can talk about what was shown in these images, which is basically all of the various remastered or repeat maps that are in the Al-Mazrah Battle Royale map and environment from old CODs. And as we know, a lot of the multiplayer maps here between Ground War and 6v6 are based off of locations in Al-Mazrah, meaning more than likely all of these locations are probably going to end up being turned into multiplayer maps, whether it be much larger areas that encompass these maps for Ground War or just straight up for standard 6v6 gameplay. So according to Ghost of Saba, what he was able to find on the map includes a recreation of Afghan from MW2, which of course is an iconic map, and this was actually leaked with the Al-Mazrah map a while back. We also have Dome from MW3, which of course again is an iconic map. We've got Terminal from MW2. We of course already know this one is confirmed because we had this accessible with the Warzone 2 gameplay from Call of Duty Next. There's also Quarry. This is another one that was leaked back when we talked about the initial Battle Royale map for Warzone 2. Those first leaks, Quarry was included there. There's also Storm from MW2, which is kind of an odd choice, but hey, it's there nonetheless. We also have High Rise. Again, this is one that we know is confirmed from various other gameplay dynamics with Warzone 2. We've got Rust, which actually is already visible in the Tarak Ground War map as well. It's like off to the side by the B flag and domination for that. And then finally, the big one here that I see comments about every single day or tweets about every single day, which by the way, if you don't follow me over there, feel free to do so. Shipment. Yes, and it appears to take place on a ship this year, an actual cargo ship, which is pretty interesting. Hopefully that doesn't mean the crates are going to slide around like the one campaign mission. I can't imagine playing multiplayer on a map that would do that. That'd be absolute chaos. But Shipment is already appearing on the Al-Mazrah map, which means more than likely it's probably going to be in MW2 multiplayer, which of course is terrible for your KD, terrible as a standard map, but so good for leveling up weapons quickly and getting camo challenges done. That's the only reason people actually want to play Shipment anymore, it seems. So it does appear like that is going to be returning at some point soon. And for what it's worth, Infinity Ward and Call of Duty did confirm that there's going to be several fan favorite maps returning with Season 1 with other seasons as well. Now keep in mind, this is obviously a bunch of different locations. I'm absolutely not expecting more than maybe 1 or 2 of these to potentially release with Season 1, but we're also going to have new maps as well. So maybe just like 1 remaster per season. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see for that, but definitely some fun news there for content updates in general. All that being said, that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And again, if you are new to the channel, I got you covered with all things going on between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you can always guarantee you are up to date. And as always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a spicy discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.